If you think the words that make a woman melt are, I love you, or you're beautiful, you've already lost. That's the same script every man reads from. And that's exactly why most men stay invisible to the women they want. Here's the truth nobody tells you. Women don't fall for compliments. They fall for the man who makes them feel something they can't control. And there's one simple line, not magic, not cheesy, that flips that switch in her head. It's not about being smooth. It's not about being romantic. It's about hitting her with words that interrupt her expectations and make her see you as the man who understands her deeper than she understands herself. Most men talk to women like they're interviewing for the position of boyfriend. I'm here to teach you how to talk to a woman like she's already auditioning for your world, because that's when attraction becomes unstoppable. By the time we're done, you'll understand how one sentence, delivered with the right tone and timing, can make her heart race, her guard drop, and her mind replay your words all night. This is not some pickup line you'll find on Google. It's not something you can memorize and blurt out to strangers. It's a mindset, sharpened into a single, perfectly crafted sentence that bypasses the usual friend zone traps and pulls her into your frame. So if you're ready to stop being forgettable and start being the man she can't stop thinking about, stay locked in. Because what I'm about to reveal is the difference between chasing women and having women chase you. If you want, I can now give you the 10 controversial section titles that follow this intro. They'll each be short, sharp, and curiosity-driven, so viewers keep watching. 1. Stop saying, I love you. Men have been brainwashed into thinking that the 3 words women want to hear most are, I love you. That's Hollywood talking. That's romantic comedies and love songs convincing you that saying it early and often will make her yours forever. In reality, saying, I love you too soon, too often, or without weight turns it into background noise. It's like handing her the prize before she's even played the game. She'll smile, she might even say it back, but the thrill is gone. Here's the truth. Women don't fall in love because of the words themselves. They fall in love with the feeling those words represent, and feelings are built through tension, unpredictability, and a little bit of mystery. When you hand over I love you like it's a free sample, you remove the chase, the wonder, and the spark. Strong men don't rush to declare love. They create moments where she feels loved without having to be told. They make her heart pound because she's not entirely sure where she stands, and that's where attraction thrives. When you save those words for the right moment, they hit with 10 times the power. When she's been craving it, questioning it, and wanting it, and then you say it, that's when it lands like a thunderbolt. 1 example, instead of saying I love you on your 3rd date like every other guy, imagine this. You're walking with her at night, the city lights reflecting in her eyes. She's laughing at something you just said, and you pause, look at her, and say, you have no idea what you do to me. Then you keep walking, no explanation. Now she's thinking about it all night, replaying your tone, your look, your pause. You've planted a seed, one that grows stronger than 1,000 casual I love yous. Remember this, real attraction isn't built on words she's heard from every man before. It's built on feelings only you can make her feel. 2. The power of mystery words. Most men speak to women like they're reading straight from a manual. Clear, direct, predictable. They think being obvious makes them confident, but in reality, it makes them boring. Women don't replay conversations in their heads when everything is laid out plainly. They replay the ones that leave them wondering, what did he really mean by that? Mystery is magnetic. It's why women obsess over novels, dramas, and cliffhangers. The unknown keeps the mind hooked, searching for answers. And when you can create that feeling with your words, you become unforgettable. Mystery words aren't lies, and they're not games. They're deliberate statements that leave space for her imagination to fill in the blanks. Why? Because her imagination will always create a more powerful story than you could tell directly. Most guys kill attraction by over-explaining themselves. They answer every question. They reveal every detail, and they make sure she gets it. The man who understands the power of mystery knows when to pull back, when to drop a line that hooks her mind and then move on, letting her curiosity do the work for him. When she's thinking about what you said while lying in bed at night, you've already won half the battle. Attraction isn't just about what she sees in front of her, it's about what she imagines about you when you're not there. One example, you're at dinner, she asks what you look for in a woman. Most men give a checklist: funny, smart, kind. Instead, you look at her, hold eye contact and say, "I'll know it when I see it, and I think I'm getting close." Then you go back to eating. You didn't give her an answer. You gave her a question she'll think about for days. Remember, a man who says everything leaves nothing to be desired. A man who leaves blanks becomes a puzzle she can't resist solving. 3. Talk like she's already yours. Most men talk to women like they're asking for permission to exist in her world. Every sentence sounds like an application for approval. Is this okay? Do you like me? Am I good enough? And the truth is, the moment she senses you're trying to earn her interest, she feels like she's the prize and you're the contestant. Here's the shift. Talk to her like she's already in your life, like she's already chosen you, and you're simply showing her what that decision looks like. This doesn't mean being arrogant or cocky. It means speaking from a place of certainty, not hoping. Think about the difference between a salesman and a man who already owns the company. The salesman is desperate to close the deal, pushing hard, afraid of rejection. The owner, he's calm, he knows his value, and he lets the product himself speak for itself. Women feel that energy instantly. When you talk like she's already yours, the entire dynamic changes. You're not nervously seeking her validation, you're naturally leading the conversation. You don't ask for her attention, you assume it's there. Instead of trying to fit into her story, you're inviting her into yours. It's in the way you tease her, the way you challenge her, the way you make plans without begging for agreement. It's in the way you speak as though you have options, not because you're playing games, but because you genuinely know your worth. Women are drawn to men who seem like they could walk away at any moment, not out of coldness, but out of confidence. And when you talk to her as though she's already in your orbit, she starts to feel like she wants to stay there. The secret is simple: stop chasing, start leading. When you do, you'll notice something strange. Instead of you trying to win her over, she'll start putting in effort to keep you. 4. Flip the script on her. Too many men walk into conversations with women already playing defense. They wait for her approval, react to her mood, and adjust themselves to fit whatever she wants in that moment. That's not attraction, that's submission. And the worst part? Most men don't even realize they're doing it. Wake up. If you keep letting her set the tone, the pace, and the direction, you've already lost control of the frame. She'll see you as predictable, easy to read, and ultimately, boring. Women respect men who can turn the tables, shake things up, and make her adjust to you. Flipping the script means you stop being the passive listener who nods at everything she says. You stop trying to impress her with yes answers and safe topics. Instead, you challenge her, not aggressively, but playfully. You make her defend her own ideas. You create moments where she has to win you over. And here's the uncomfortable truth. A lot of men can't do this because deep down, they're afraid of losing her. They believe that if they push back even slightly, she'll walk away. That's a fear mindset, and women can smell it. They don't want a man who's scared of them. They want a man who makes them feel like he's the one they need to impress. Flipping the script isn't about disrespecting her. It's about resetting the balance. When you show you're willing to take the lead, question her, or make her laugh by turning her words back on her, you become more than just another nice guy. You become a challenge, and challenges are addictive. So here's the wake-up call. If every conversation you have with women feels safe, predictable, and approval-seeking, you're not flirting, you're auditioning. And auditions don't get the girl. Take control, set the tone, make her play your game for once. That's when attraction stops being one-sided and starts working in your favor. 5. Make her qualify for you. Most men spend all their energy proving themselves to women. They list their achievements, talk about their lifestyle, and shower her with compliments, all in the hope that she'll pick them. But here's the hard truth. If you're the one doing all the proving, you've already told her you're the one chasing, and she's the one choosing. Flip that dynamic. A man of value doesn't just accept anyone into his life, he makes them earn it. And yes, that includes women. You wouldn't hire someone for an important job without making sure they're qualified, so why would you invite someone into your life without knowing if she truly deserves it? When you make her qualify for you, you're sending a clear message. I know my worth, and not just anyone gets access to me. This instantly changes how she sees you. Instead of you working for her attention, she starts working for yours. This isn't about being rude or arrogant. It's about shifting the frame. Instead of rapid-fire compliments, you ask questions that make her show her value. Instead of jumping to agree with everything she says, you let her explain why she thinks the way she does. Instead of saying, "You're perfect," you might say, "You're interesting, but I'm still figuring you out." When a woman feels like she has to prove herself, she invests more. The more she invests, the more connected she becomes. That's human nature. We value what we have to earn. Here's your reality check. If every woman you meet feels comfortable knowing you'll take whatever she gives you, she'll never see you as the prize. But the moment she realizes you have standards, that you're selective, and that you don't hand out your approval like candy, you stop being just another guy and start being the guy. Remember, kings don't beg for attention. They decide who sits at their table. 6. Trigger her curiosity. Instinct. Curiosity is one of the most powerful emotional hooks you can use with women, and most men completely ignore it. Instead, they overshare, over-explain, and answer every question like they're filling out a form. There's nothing left for her to figure out, nothing for her to wonder about when you're gone. Here's the thing, women are natural detectives when they're interested. If there's even a small gap in what they know about you, their mind starts turning. They'll think about it while driving, while working, even while talking to someone else. That gap is where attraction grows. Triggering curiosity means you leave some parts of yourself unexplained. You drop hints instead of full stories. You give pieces of the puzzle without showing the whole picture. You might casually mention something intriguing about your life and then change the subject, leaving her wanting more. This works because the human brain hates unfinished business. When something feels incomplete, we crave closure. And if she can't get all the answers from you right away, she'll keep coming back for more. But here's the trap most men fall into. They confuse mystery with being vague or evasive. That's not the point. You still need to be engaging, confident, and open enough to build trust, but strategic enough to make her want to dig deeper. Think about the men women get obsessed over. It's rarely the guy who laid his entire life story out in the first 10 minutes. It's the man who gave her just enough to spark her imagination, who made her feel like there's always another layer to uncover. Here's your wake-up call. If she can figure you out in one conversation, she has no reason to keep investing in the next one. Give her a reason to stay curious, and you give her a reason to stay. Remember, when you become the mystery, you become the addiction. 7. Words. That challenge, not please. Most men believe the fastest way to a woman's heart is through endless agreement and sweet talk. They think that if they keep telling her she's right, she's amazing, and she's perfect, she'll like them more. Wrong. That approach puts you in the same category as every other man who's tried to win her over by pleasing her. And that category, it's called forgettable. Women don't crave men who just agree with them. They crave men who make them feel. And one of the most powerful feelings you can spark is the thrill of being challenged. Not insulted, not disrespected, challenged. Challenging her means you're confident enough to hold your own perspective, playful enough to tease her, and secure enough not to bend just to win her approval. It's about making her work for your agreement instead of handing it over like a free gift. Here's the truth. When you challenge a woman in the right way, you create tension. That tension makes every interaction more exciting. She starts leaning in, not just to hear your words, but to see if she can win you over. For example, instead of instantly validating everything she says, you could lightly push back. If she claims she's the best cook in the city, you might smirk and say, "Bold claim, but I'm not convinced yet." Now she's invested in proving herself, and you've flipped the power dynamic. The key is balance. You're not there to argue for the sake of arguing. You're there to spark attraction by creating a playful back and forth. Too soft and you're boring. Too aggressive and you're just rude. The sweet spot is confident, fun, and unpredictable. Here's your wake-up call. If you're afraid to challenge her because you might mess things up, you're already operating from fear. and fear kills attraction faster than anything else. Stop trying to please your way into her heart. Start sparking the kind of tension that keeps her coming back for more. 8. The only you effect. Every man wants to be unforgettable to a woman, but most go about it the wrong way. They try to be special by showing off their money, their looks, or their accomplishments. The problem? There's always another man out there with more of those things. What you need to create is something far rarer, the only you effect. The only you effect is when she feels there's something about you that no other man can give her. Not something material, not something she can buy, but an emotional experience that is uniquely yours. When she believes she can't get that feeling anywhere else, she'll keep coming back to you no matter what. This doesn't happen by accident. It happens when you blend mystery, challenge, emotional connection, and presence in a way that makes every moment with you feel different from the rest of her life. It's the way you make her laugh at the most unexpected times. It's the way you speak to her in a tone that's playful, but also deeply confident. It's the way you look at her like you see something in her nobody else notices. The truth is, women remember how you make them feel far more than what you give them. If she walks away from you feeling more alive, more desired, and more intrigued than she does with any other man, you've planted yourself in her mind. And good luck to any guy trying to take your place. Here's your reality check. If she can get the same conversation, the same compliments, and the same energy from any other man, you're replaceable. The only you effect is about becoming irreplaceable by creating moments, emotions, and connections she associates with you and only you. Make her think, I could meet 100 men and still none of them are him. That's when you've won. 9. Emotion before logic. If you try to win a woman with logic, you're already losing. Attraction doesn't start in her head, it starts in her gut. Yet most men approach women like they're presenting a business proposal. They list their good qualities, explain why they'd make a great partner, and hope she'll decide to like them. That's not how it works. Women justify their feelings with logic, but they fall for you because of emotion. The laughter you spark, the excitement you create, the little moments where she feels seen, wanted, and slightly off balance, that's where attraction is born. Think about it. How many times have you seen a woman fall for a guy who, on paper, made no sense? He wasn't the tallest, richest, or most handsome, but he made her feel something no one else did. That's because feelings are stronger than checklists. When you lead with emotion, you bypass her mental filters. You're not trying to convince her to like you. You're creating an experience that makes her want to be around you without even knowing why. Her brain will try to rationalize it later, but by then, the connection has already taken root. The mistake men make is thinking they can logic their way into a woman's heart. They explain why they're a good choice instead of showing it through the way they interact. They keep conversations safe and sensible instead of playful, surprising, and emotionally charged. If she feels nothing, logic won't save you. But if she feels a spark, she'll start building the logic for herself. He's so confident. He's different. I just click with him. That's when you've shifted the game in your favor. Here's the truth. If you want her to remember you, make her feel something first. The reasoning will follow. 10. Leave her wanting more. Most men make the same fatal mistake. They give too much, too soon. They talk endlessly, share their whole life story, and stay around until the energy dies. They think more time equals more attraction, but in reality, it kills the spark. Attraction thrives on anticipation, and anticipation only exists when there's something left to look forward to. Leaving her wanting more means knowing when to walk away, even when things are going well. It's ending the conversation when the vibe is high, not when it's fading. It's leaving a little mystery about where things could go next. It's resisting the urge to give her everything because you want her to keep craving your presence. Here's the truth. Humans value what feels scarce. If you're always available, always talking, always around, your presence loses its weight. But if you give her an amazing moment and then step back, that moment lingers. She replays it. She misses it. She wonders when she'll get it again. This is the same reason people binge watch TV shows that end episodes with cliffhangers. The suspense makes them desperate for the next one. You want to be the cliffhanger in her life, not the predictable rerun. When you leave her wanting more, you flip the natural dynamic. Instead of you chasing her for the next meeting, she starts chasing you. Instead of her feeling like she's got you, she's reminded that she could lose you if she doesn't keep investing. Here's your wake-up call. If you always stay until there's nothing left to say, if you give her every detail about yourself, if you're always one message away, you're making yourself too easy to have. Give her a taste, not the whole meal. That way, every time she sees you again, it feels like she's getting something rare, and rare is irresistible. Conclusion. Here's the truth that will upset some people, and I don't care. Most men don't fail with women because they're not good enough. They fail because they act like women are rare treasures instead of human beings who should earn a place in their lives. The moment you treat her like she's the prize and you're the chaser, you've already given away all your power. This isn't about disrespect, it's about balance. A man who knows his worth doesn't try to impress. He lives in a way that makes others want to impress him. And if that makes some people uncomfortable, good. Growth is supposed to feel uncomfortable. If you take anything from this video, let it be this. Attraction isn't about saying the right words. It's about becoming the man who naturally inspires desire. When you live in that frame, women will not only notice you, they'll compete for your attention. Now I want to hear from you. Drop your experiences in the comments, the wins, the mistakes, the lessons. I'll be reading them, and yes, I'll respond. Let's make this more than just advice. Let's make it a conversation.